Mid-10 State has the M&T, but they also have the
Kitty.
I forgot what they were. I forgot what they were. Tommy Chong.
Timmy Chain.
Timmy.
By the way, Timmy Chain. if you guys
no
didn't,
more.
Hello, and welcome to Updog Sports Talk. Today we are going over. Oh, I'm Matt Miller, by the way. We're going over FBS.
Sure?
Yeah, are you?
We're going over FBS non-conference opponents, our favorites, and some of our favorite logos and logos that we wish would come back. Joining me today is Justin McGovern, and we are excited to have Chad Bunt back on the show. What's up, Bo?
I'm a busy boy.
All right, Justin.
All right, well,
let's just hop right in.
Diving in here.
I'm just gonna say this, guys. Like, I'm a big dog in big sports. I don't play this little school shit. Pardon my language, but you guys watch it. I'm gonna have the very minimal to say about some of these schools.
Well,
this program was created to talk less about the big schools that get all.
I'm a big dog in a big pool, baby.
And that's why he's trying to show up on the top of my screen right now. But anyways, diving into this, we know that Notre Dame and Texas A&M, Texas and Michigan, and all those matchups are going to be really good. But you have probably heard about those a lot by now. So it's time to talk about some of the more underrated matchups. What are some really good games that are going to shape this season that we may not know as much about? So diving in here first, Appalachian State versus Liberty. Liberty went undefeated in the regular season. Appalachian State. Liberty went undefeated during the regular season last year. They are looking to go undefeated again. Their schedule is pretty easy outside of this one game, so the window opens if they can win this one. While Appalachian State, this is their biggest challenge non-conference outside of playing Clemson. If the winner of this game
from Appalachia, get it right.
The winner of this game, if they win their conference, is definitely in the driver's seat for that potential fifth auto bid for the playoff.
Maybe.
No.
Perhaps.
I'm taking Appalachian State.
You're thinking Appalachian State? Appalachian State? Yeah, Liberty.
We're gonna start placing bets on this episode.
Hey, let's do it. Let's see who do we pick to win. I'm going with Appalachian State as well.
Well, now I want to change my pick.
I'm gonna go with the NASCAR sponsor Liberty Flame.
You're right. I'm sticking with my guns.
Next on our list is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl rematch. UNLV nearly won the Mountain West last year. Really came out of nowhere to have a great year. They still have their head coach and offensive coordinator back. They run a very fun offense. Kansas runs a very fun offense as well. Jalen Daniels is back for them again. Who do you think wins this one?
I think everybody loses because Kansas is involved.
I think it's weird that UNLV has an offensive coordinator because NCAA 14 wouldn't allow us to have one while we were there.
Yeah, we did actually suffer through that. If you missed our episode two episodes ago about college football 25, we did rant about how UNLV did not give us an offensive coordinator when we were there because of a game glitch. So hoping that doesn't happen in the new game.
Actually, that would be hilarious if that happened.
If it was like continuity between games. It's been a decade, but it's still the same, boys.
Yeah.
They're so bad they can't have coaches.
Like there's a random glitch where like all of a sudden you can't have coordinators.
Yeah.
Yep. You just go to hire one and they're not there.
You lost too many games.
I don't need no coordinators.
You lost too many games. We're firing your coaches and not giving you new ones till next year. 10 years later.
I guess the next game we got is Texas Tech versus Washington State.
The Cougs.
The Cougs. Yeah.
I actually like both these teams.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very fun matchup. You would expect a lot of offense. I mean, both teams are gonna be good on offense again this year. You know, Washington State now part of the Pac-2, so it's gonna be a weird arrangement to watch. This game came together this offseason, by the way. It's not often you see that. Usually, you know, they're scheduled like a decade in advance, and you know, we have to wait forever for a game to happen. Texas Tech is once again getting a little bit of hype this offseason. This can be the first test to see if they live up to it.
Question.
How because Patrick Mahomes went there?
I don't know. They've always aired it out. Well, question about the Pac-2. So, are they having like a conference championship, or is it whoever has the best record wins it?
They are not having a conference championship, as far as I know. I'm guessing it's just they play on November 23rd. It's like the second to last week of the year, and that decides it.
So I was going to say, if they end up with the same record, but they have to play each other, I guess the winner of that decides it. Yeah. So I say, if they end up tied, what are they going to do? Flip a coin?
They can't tie. There's only two teams.
Flip a coin like you're the flip a coin like you're the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs.
But no, they can't tie. There's only two teams, so there's only one game the whole conference season.
Just go to a different conference, guys. Come on.
Go to the Mountain West. I'm sure they'll want you there.
Go to.
I mean, that's a lot of what they're playing this year. So they are playing.
And
a lot of
Washington State, it really isn't that far from Boise, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, it's more of like just off the border of like the panhandle of Idaho, but still, it's a few hours away.
Oh, you mean where Montana's just all up in Idaho space?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Like
when the wind comes
I'm going down the
plains. Yeah, next on our list here is BYU and SMU. You know, can BYU be more competitive in the Big 12 this year? SMU is now in their first year in the ACC. So our first look at what these teams look like. This game, by the way, is on at the same time as the NFL game that's on Peacock. So don't let the NFL steal your money. Watch this game instead.
Pretty much.
I don't know who's playing on Peacock at the same time. Let's be real here, man. Is it a good game?
Who was it again? They sent the Eagles there.
Oh, you mean the first week?
Yeah.
Eagles and Packers.
In Brazil?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably watching that. If Peacock's free.
No, it's not. You have to pay for it.
Well, I'm not paying for anything.
Guess you're watching this game.
Yep.
I'll watch Price is Right at night. That's what I'll watch.
You could start your free trial. You could start your free trial the day before and then cancel it.
Or the day of.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but if you burn your free trial then you have to miss a playoff game because they're throwing one of those on there too.
I would rather watch a midseason game than a playoff game on an app you have to pay for. Mm-hmm. Because if you watch it, this is completely not what we had planned to talk about at all. But if you plan, like, if the playoffs start doing like one on Amazon Prime and one on Peacock and one on Netflix, that's just more things you have to pay for. The playoffs should be free. So I would rather them throw random games on these apps, mainly because I have them anyway. But throw it on a random app. That way we can get more coverage of games instead of being stuck with the regional ones. And then when it comes to the playoffs, give us free.
What happened to them all being free? That's my problem. They just keep charging us for things that were already free. Well, what's a bottle of water nowadays? $5?
Exactly.
Charging us for water.
Charging us for water. That is what it feels like sometimes.
This planet's 70% water.
Next on our list, this one will come for free. Florida State and Memphis. Memphis is considered one of the favorites to win the American and thus in contention for that fifth auto bid. This will definitely go a long ways. And also, Florida State has DJ Uyunglele now. So what do they look like? That's what this
But
game will
also,
determine.
they got royally screwed. That team last year, they should have been in the playoffs. And they lose a lot. I don't know if they lost a lot.
Oh, they lost a lot.
They lost
they had
and their
they
receivers
lost
and their defensive
receivers. Receivers, a lot of the defense.
It's Florida State though. I mean, they always have a good recruiting class.
Yeah, and they hit the portal pretty hard too.
All right, I'll bet on this. I'll take Florida State.
I think most of us.
I don't think you're winning a whole lot of money on that.
Most of us think Florida State will win, but can Memphis pull the upset? That's the question. Next on our list, I kind of cheated and did 2 for 1 here. In a 5-day stretch, Texas State plays home games against UTSA and Arizona State. Those will be a lot of fun. Texas State is one of the teams that could contend to win the Sun Belt this year. UTSA is going to be good as always. Arizona State kind of rebuilding, but I think Texas State and Arizona State is kind of a fun neighboring state matchup.
I feel like a lot of state schools are the better team in their state, like Ohio State and sometimes Washington State, and they're and Florida State. But I feel like Texas State should be that one that is you know what, we're tired of Longhorn Nation. We're
gonna give it to them this year, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grab them by the horns.
Hey, this could be the year. This could be the year they do it. Next on our list here, North Carolina versus James Madison. North Carolina, they're kind of figuring out what they are now after Drake May. James Madison, similar situation. They're kind of figuring out what they are now after their coach left. They're a good chance that James Madison could pull this upset.
Oh no, there isn't.
Yeah,
I would say there's a good chance. I got my money on James Madison. I have faith.
I don't.
Yeah.
Go Dukes.
Yeah. Go Dukes. Next on our list, a regional game. The South Florida Bulls, who are not as south in Florida as you would think, versus the Miami Hurricanes. Miami is once again getting a ton of offseason hype and setting up to take their customary number 17 spot in the preseason polls. But are they actually going to live up to the hype? This game will go a long ways in figuring that out, because South Florida, they have a really good coach. Their offense was electric to watch last year. And they're expected
their customary 17th spot.
Yeah, there's a solid half a state south of South Florida.
Yeah, they are a lot of the state. I mean, yeah, there isn't much in the state in between there, but yeah, they're very much.
You got Sarasota and Naples. They both have colleges down there. Then you can go even further south and get
Fort Lauderdale.
Florida International, Florida Atlantic, Miami.
Right. All those down there.
Yeah.
Not that South.
Yeah,
South
it's kind of funny. They're called South Florida, but yeah, there's at least 3 schools in the state that are further south. Next on our list, Louisville. What are they going to look like? Because they hit the portal hard again against Rich Rodriguez and the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Jacksonville State looks like they're going to be pretty good again as well.
Other than that stint that Rich Rod left West Virginia to go to Michigan, other than that little time period, I actually don't mind Rich Rod.
Right.
He's poor man Brian Kelly.
Pretty much. But less high blood pressure.
Right.
Oh, he definitely has high blood pressure though.
I mean, he does for sure.
Brian Kelly's face turns purple when he screams at his quarterback.
Well, he's the LSU coach. Of course it does. It has to.
Well, but it turned purple in Central Michigan. and at UC and at Notre Dame. Like that guy has
Okay,
high
here.
blood pressure.
All right, let's argue.
Yeah.
Let's argue about it. It could be argued that it was red at UC in Central Michigan, right? Central Michigan is like a maroon. I'll count it as red. It's in there. All right. But
What
but
was
the
that
Notre
Division
Dame
two school that he went to?
I think it was Grand Valley State.
Grand Valley State, yeah. He won a
Lakers.
bunch of championships there.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. But
That's
Rich
the only
Rod, getting
championship
back
he's
to the
winning.
whole thing, Rich Rod is a good coach for Jacksonville State. I actually do think that, like, Louisville with post Scott Satterfield, I think has huge potential. But
That damn
I really
Scott Satterfield.
like Rich Rod to win this game. Yeah,
It's like a good bang for their buck, really, for a small school like that.
yeah, they get paid.
Yeah.
And
they get media hype because they got Rich Rodriguez, and then they get recruits and they can compete.
we're actually, depending on the time of year, we're actually really not that far away from going to that game. Like, we probably could go to that game.
Yeah, no, I gotta look up which week it is. I think it's like week 4 or something like that. It's not super early in the year. What if we did go to that game? Updog trip.
I mean, yeah, boots on the ground.
Very nice. I hope we can make that happen. After the show, I will look up the actual week of that. And
We've had a couple of trips, guys, where we wanted to go to places, and I'm letting the fans know, the people know. We wanted to go to Montana. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Justin's
Where else
going.
do we want to go? We want to go to Louisville for that. We could go all over the place for games.
To be fair, Louisville's within 2 hours, so we could go
Yeah.
there and back the same day.
We could go to an Ohio State game.
Yeah, I think it's considerably cheaper to go to a Louisville game.
Yeah,
You're right. I think you see that.
Louisville's a lot cheaper.
I saw a ranking
Everybody's
today.
gonna wanna
Ohio
see
State
Ohio
is not
State.
the most expensive average ticket. Did you know that? Ohio State is not.
I mean, when
You know who was
Caleb
the most-
Downs announces that he plays both ways, then
He did.
he is
today.
in fact doing that. Okay.
Um,
Then the
No,
ticket
but,
prices will probably go up.
so the number one, the most expensive was Colorado, which was surprising to me because I would think like Alabama or
Well,
Georgia.
everything's
or something
more
like that.
expensive in Colorado, though.
Yeah.
Anything past the Rockies, man, is expensive.
yeah,
But Ohio State
It's
came
so
in second,
true.
and then I'm trying to think I can't remember who was third. I think like Notre Dame was like fifth.
Nebraska.
that would make sense.
All right, here we go. I got it. It's week 2, Saturday, September 7th. Tickets as low as $12, according to what I'm seeing on ESPN right now.
Hold on.
Well, we could
I'm gonna
probably
look at
get
this
it
app I got.
on SeatGeek.
Hold on, there's an app that's
Yeah, we
cheaper than that.
Yeah, we could probably even find. Wait. Oh, we'll find an app unnamed. Remember, we are not sponsored.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying the name of it.
We will potentially do this on an unnamed app after the show.
And we
continuing
made that
our
on the
list-
game on an unnamed app.
Potentially.
All right, so I found it. I found it on here for $7 a ticket.
Yes.
We just need
This might
to.
be happening, boys.
Yeah, let's
Do
see.
we
If
just-
we get some
we
sponsors.
just buy
Money
them?
to pay for gas. I don't know.
Do you want me to plug the app real quick?
Wait, advertise the app and then see if they sponsor us.
For 5 tickets, it would be $80.
You said 5
That's
tickets?
really good for 5.
Yeah. Because there's always
That's
going to be
such a
some
random
sort of
number.
fees, but
Who
What?
else would go? That's
I
such
just
a
picked the
random number.
most. I just picked the most. I figured, like, I don't know if either Sam would want to go or Marissa would want to go if you wanted to bring your kids. I just went with the most that it would let me.
Oh, it doesn't let you do more than 5.
1, 2, 3, 5.
I
Not
think it's a
4.
specific seller.
I want to tell you guys what this app's called, though. I think I told you before. I'll text the
Text us.
group.
While we're
Kids
deciding,
are
yeah,
dummies. Next one, Baylor versus Air Force. Baylor struggled really badly last year. They got DeQuan Finn now to potentially liven up the offense. New offense coordinator. Is Baylor going to be good this year, or are they still going to struggle? Meanwhile,
Mid.
Air Force and their triple option is going to be a tough test.
Currently
I'm
on my
not sold.
calendar, the only thing on my calendar for September 7th is that I have to change the sheets.
You have it on your calendar that you have to change
Well,
the sheets, Matt.
We
Change the sheets and get to the game.
We're trying to assign chores to different days. So, like, it doesn't work out that way, but we're trying.
We're trying.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, as long as Matt changes the sheets, this could potentially happen.
Clean your sheets, you gross boy.
Yeah, make sure you change your sheets. But yeah, Air Force and Baylor. I think 2 years ago, Air Force and Baylor played in the bowl game. And there's a situation where Baylor beat Oklahoma, but then instead of Oklahoma being sent to that bowl game, Oklahoma somehow got to play Florida State, who was a lot better than playing Air Force. And Baylor got to send to this Air Force game where it was like literally like 2 degrees Fahrenheit and like windy, cold, and the field was iced over. Baylor just looked miserable and Air Force blew them out. Sorry, guys. That story came to my mind and it was very funny.
I'm over here like really considering buying tickets to Louisville, Jackson State.
Oh my! I know, Updog trip. I mean, if it's not that game, we definitely have to make it some sort of game.
Justin, didn't you have a Louisville Velcro wallet?
No.
Why do you remember things like that, Matt?
I mean, where did they even come from?
Because we were talking about going to the Louisville game.
We can make a weekend of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with the kids though?
I mean, it could be guys' trip.
Boys' trip.
You think? Like the way you think. I don't think anybody else is gonna like the way we think, but
no,
they're not gonna like it.
And they're
this is what happens when we all get.
They're gonna be less happy that we're putting it on the internet.
I know, for real.
Maybe we propose they come with us and we just go to a game and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
We put this on the internet right before we even asked them. We got real bold.
Matt and I both got 2 girls in our house, Justin. I'm sorry. I don't feel any sympathy for you.
Technically 3 if you're counting our dogs.
Oh, yeah, dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Does my cat count? My cat's a boy, but I think he thinks he's a girl.
I think both my cats think they are. They were.
We'll count the cats in there too. So now you got like
we're loaded. We're loaded up over here.
we have dogs. We got cats.
Get them registered for
on
service animals
-4
and take them
over
all
here.
with you.
All right,
let's
do the next one, boys.
All right, so going through the remaining 10 here of other underrated matchups. Louisiana versus Tulane, an in-state matchup.
Raging Cajuns, boys.
The Raging Cajuns are getting a lot of hype from Vegas. I was very surprised to see that their over-under is at 9.5 wins. Vegas is very high on the Raging Cajuns this year. And then Tulane, they're in the Sun Belt with Appalachian State, James Madison, all those teams, Texas State. But yeah, Tulane is going to be one of the favorites to win the American again. They have a new coach, but their new coach is also really good. So that'll be interesting to see. Next on the list, we got Toledo and Western Kentucky. Can Western Kentucky improve after a disappointing season last year? And how good will Toledo be after they lost a lot of starters?
Wasn't Western Kentucky in the MAC at one point?
No, but they've been rumored to the MAC multiple times, but it never happened.
Become rivals already.
Hate each other.
It makes sense. Like they're right up the highway from each other. Mentioning right down the highway from each other, Arkansas and Oklahoma State are like really close together, actually. Like, do you guys know where Arkansas University is? in Arkansas.
in Arkansas.
The only part in Arkansas that actually has a population.
Bentonville.
No. Yeah, it's in Fayetteville. You know where Fayetteville, Arkansas is?
Oklahoma.
It's like up there. Like it may as well be in Oklahoma. Like it's so far up in the north, like western part of the state.
I mean, no disrespect to anybody from Arkansas, but I have absolutely zero interest in ever going to Arkansas. Zero. Big goose
Yeah,
eggs.
Matt and I drove through Arkansas for the first time on our way to the Cincinnati, Alabama college football playoff game.
The blowout game, yeah.
It was not an exciting drive through Arkansas. There was not much there.
There was nothing for like hundreds of miles south, and nothing for hundreds of miles north.
Yeah, it's celery with no ranch.
It really is. It really is, honestly. Like, you know, you're just like lined by trees the whole way, but then it's just like flat land and that's it. You know, of course,
that being said, I'm taking the Razorbacks.
Nah, Oklahoma State. Go Gundy.
Who's,
I'll take the Razorbacks. Got a bunch of transfers this
I'm
year,
40.
Right?
Oh, also, guess who's back from Arkansas?
Who's that?
Jefferson.
Bobby Petrino.
Like it was meant to be. Yeah, they got Jefferson back too, right?
Yeah, KJ Jefferson.
No.
And they got a bunch
Jefferson's,
of transfers.
KJ Jefferson's at UCF. Arkansas has Taylon Green, who was at Boise State. And a bunch of other transfers.
Pick, Chad?
What?
You want to change your pick now, Chad?
I'm taking Arkansas, baby. Once I go balls deep in a hog, I stay balls deep.
And we have our intro.
I'm so sorry that I'm your entertainment factor.
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I didn't not because of the play on the field, but simply because Mike Gundy was like, "I'm a man. I'm 40."
Next on our list, TCU and SMU, the battle for the Iron Skillet. This is the second to last time that they will play in this rivalry for who knows how long because they're getting rid of it for some reason. So I'll be one to enjoy.
Because neither team wants to be like, oh, we want to have to play somebody else for the best team in Dallas.
Right. Yeah, it's random drama like that. By the way, you know exactly what you think of when you think of a Big 12 ACC matchup.
Yeah. Boring
uniforms. Yeah, new boring uniforms. Next on our list, Jacksonville State's back on here again. Jacksonville State and Coastal Carolina. This is on the opening Thursday, so that'll be a good one to double screen with the Colorado game.
You like those Gamecocks, huh?
That's a lot of
Gamecocks
characters.
By the way, this is a lot of characters and also both rooster-based mascots here.
You know why I know what a Chanticleer is? It's because of the movie Rockadoodle. Rockadoodle.
I want to see Coastal Carolina do well for like an elongated period of time for the simple fact that I want something to do in Myrtle Beach other than tourist traps.
There's lots of you can get in trouble in Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've seen Eastbound and Down. I could be Kenny Powers in Myrtle Beach.
Spring Break 2015.
Updog Sports Spring Break 2025.
Every 10 years.
Myrtle Beach, baby.
Oh my! Spring Break 2035. We're all old and fat.
Go to Destin.
It'll look like a Guns N' Roses reunion tour. Justin's Axl Rose.
We are off the rails tonight, boys.
You're welcome.
Next on our list, Hawaii and UCLA. This game is at Hawaii on CBS, so it's a primetime game on CBS at Hawaii. I believe the first time in nearly a decade that Hawaii has been on the main channel. Good for them.
I think most of the country is rooting for Hawaii.
Yeah, I was telling the guys earlier before we started this that Hawaii, of the small teams, this is one of my teams right here. I love watching Hawaii anytime I can. What was his name? Colt Brennan?
Chad, Colt Brennan.
Yeah.
R.I.P. He was so good.
He was a dog. Yeah.
Tommy Chong.
Timmy Chang.
Timmy.
By the way, Timmy Chang. If you guys didn't know, by the way, Timmy Chang is their head coach.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was good. I love it because Matt's always the one that's correcting us, but he did it this time.
The way he did it too was so funny.
I love how the Bearcats and Redhawks are on here, but I feel like the only reason why they're on here is because Miami beat UC last year,
and it's at Miami.
Goddamn Satterfield. I think UC's problem is I don't think they want to be that team, really. Because if they wanted to be that team, they would have hired a coach that would have gotten them there. I think they got lucky with Fickle. I mean, I like Fickle. He came from Ohio State. I think he's a good coach. But I think it was like a shot in the dark. They were like, I don't know who to hire. Let's hire Luke Fickle, you know? And it worked out for them. But, like, they have a terrible track record of hiring these coaches that do this to finally, like, Brian Kelly, right? He got UC going really well. And who they hire right after him? Butch Davis, right?
Yep.
Butch Jones.
Butch Jones, thank you. And Butch Jones was hot trash, in my opinion. And then it was Tommy T, who's a senator now for some reason. But you know, he didn't do.
I wouldn't have voted for him for the sole purpose that he ruined UC. Munchie Legault could have won a Heisman.
I worked down at UC like during those years from Brian Kelly on, and like Tommy Tuberville was a really, really nice guy. I really enjoyed feeding him, and he was really polite. But as far as being a coach,
Chad, out of context, feeding him sounds really weird to the listener.
Yeah,
feeding.
Yeah, you fed him all right.
Well, he fed the university. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, he's not a good coach.
No.
Cadillac Williams was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Satterfield hire definitely feels a lot like Tuberville, where for whatever reason UC felt like they were getting something because they were hiring a coach from a bigger school where the coach is just trying to lead the school and not get fired.
The school was trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I do feel like Satterfield does really well at recruiting.
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything if you can't get him through one game.
That's why they need the offensive coordinator to call the plays, but he won't give that up. It's what the Bengals did before they got Joe Burrow. Run, short pass, punt.
Yeah. And I think some coaches are learning, but
Justin, we went over this multiple times on this show. They do really well in the middle of the field, but then once they get to the red zone, they decide to just call tight end screens, but not have anyone block for them.
Fantastic offense, except at doing the things you actually need to do to score.
Yeah.
Next up, it's getting windy in Laramie. BYU at Wyoming.
I like Wyoming a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said,
talk
terrible
about them
colors.
A little bit more later.
Terrible colors.
But
BYU is like notorious for pumping out mediocre NFL quarterbacks.
Bump it out. Zach Wilson. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know who their quarterback is going to be this year. It's between two guys. I know that Keaton Slovis is not going to be the starter again this year, though. That did not go well for them.
Didn't he go to the draft or something?
I think he just graduated.
He said, that's enough. I had enough.
Yeah, I think we all did.
I like him better than I
Utah
like
State.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Well, most people do.
To two more Mormon schools that do not allow alcohol.
Actually, don't. So, what to give you a definition of what Utah State is? BYU is the religious school. They got the strict regulations around that. Utah is the academic school, so very strict academic standards. Utah State is the biggest school where basically everybody else goes. So that gives you an idea of what the environment is there.
Matt, Justin, did you just mansplain the state of Utah?
Pretty much.
Man. He's ready, Matt.
Yeah. That actually might be another part of the intro.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
I
think Utah, I think Oklahoma. They're the same thing, right? Just different parts of the country.
Not even close.
One's just at a higher elevation.
That's right.
And to finalize this list, Old Dominion and Virginia Tech. 2 years ago, they played at Old Dominion. Virginia Tech coaches got stuck in the elevator at halftime, and Old Dominion won the game. Virginia Tech is expected to be better this year, and so is Old Dominion. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this game goes.
Yeah, all they got to do is have coaches on the sideline. They're better than that last game.
Well, okay.
They got stuck in the elevator? They leave them in there the whole game?
No. They delayed the second half until they got out of the elevator.
Okay. I was like, they just went on playing. I was like, the fix is in. The elevator guy got them stuck.
I do like how it's at Old Dominion.
Yeah. No. And this is a theme I have with the last two matchups and really the Miami UC is in-state games that are, at a smaller school. Like, it's really cool to get to see that school get to host that game because you don't see many of these games anymore.
So have you guys ever been to Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is?
No.
It's really, really, really pretty. I have family on my dad's side out there, and we went to visit in the fall one time. It's gorgeous. It really is. It was really pretty. So I always liked Virginia Tech ever since Mike Vick was there. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'll support them if they're on or something.
I really like them. I'm not a huge fan of them.
I didn't mean it like I was a fan, but I liked watching them when Mike Vick was there, and his brother and stuff. But they haven't been relevant really since they played UC. Yeah. And that was or they beat Ohio State, but Ohio State went on to win the national championship. So I feel like that was a loss.
Actually, the funny thing is that game was when Virginia Tech already started their downslide, and the Ohio State game was just their fluky last, basically their last stand under Frank Beamer, and then after that they just kind of fell off.
I do like how I do like Virginia Tech now. They beat UC 2 years in a row in a bowl game, and I didn't like them for 8 years.
I mean, but you could have seen it coming. The 2 years that they played them was the year that Brian Kelly left, right? He just up and left on them. And
I think that wasn't that Florida?
Yeah, also Florida game. Yeah, he left before the Florida game.
Was it the year before that they played Virginia Tech? Or the year after?
It was the year before they played Virginia Tech because UC went to back-to-back BCS bowls.
And they went to the Orange Bowl or something, got spanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go to Blacksburg if you guys get the opportunity. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I hope to one day.
Go to Chickateague and see the horses while you're in the state. Chickateague Island.
Chickateague.
I think my hat's down here somewhere.
While
Maybe
Matt
not.
looks for hats, our next topic is logos of college.
Logos.
Los Lonely Boys.
So, I do want to say that a lot of schools have just letters as their logo, and it's pissing me off. Look at my hat. Mid-10 State has the M&T, but they also have the
Little kitty.
Man, trying to figure out what
I forgot what they were. I forgot what they were. The blue.
I don't know.
Raiders.
I'm not mad about the letters. I kind of like them. It's simple.
Yeah, but like
fresh.
A letter is not a logo. It's just a letter.
Depends on the school. Like look at Georgia. The G is their logo. Ohio State. The if you want to say it's a logo, it's the whole Ohio State, right? UC's the C paw.
Yeah, but see, like you added the paw.
Michigan's the M.
Personality to it. Yeah,
I don't know. I think the thing with a lot of these schools that have like block lettering, like for instance Ohio State, or you could even argue Michigan, they've had that logo since the 1800s. I don't think you can be too mad at that kind of stuff. Now a little fighting leprechaun who's a punk ass.
That is like the coolest logo of all time. Plus Notre Dame. I don't like the ND logo.
I like that one, man.
I don't, because it's like the college version of the Yankees. Like, give me the leprechaun fighting. Like,
they had a pinstripe uniform, dude. Of course, they are the Yankees of football, man. Come on, of college football for now, or I guess you could argue Alabama, but they would have a pinstripe uniform.
They do. That looks like the Yankees because they played at Yankee Stadium.
So if the shoe fits, you know.
That's only because they played at Yankee Stadium. If they played at Fenway, they probably would have a different uniform, you know?
Yeah.
They would never do that.
Play at Fenway?
Never know.
Never.
They could.
They would always play. The Yankees. They're Notre Dame. They're definitely Yankee fans in what's it? West Lafayette. No, that's Purdue. Where is it?
South Bend. They're definitely Cubs fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Chicago being right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Maybe White Sox fans, but mostly Cubs.
Any other worse logos?
Auburn. Just the A and the U, when you literally have like so many ways that you could do it.
But that's again another situation where
you can have an eagle for War Eagle. You could have
this could like translate even to like baseball, like the Cardinals. I really liked it when they were just putting the bird, or the Orioles, they're putting the bird on their hat. Now it's iconic though, because they've had that for so long. It's hard to switch from it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like Auburn used to have a angry tiger wearing a sailor hat. That was a lot cooler. Michigan, by the way, used to have the Wolverine wearing an angry Wolverine wearing a sailor hat. Like, those logos were so much cooler. We need to get back to the 1960s when everyone just had an angry animal wearing a sailor hat.
Only for the purposes of logos. I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
That's on our PR department. He's making sure we stay on the up and up over here.
Yeah.
And then obviously have to mention Akron. Their logo just looks like an A that was built in Microsoft Word. Literally the most boring thing you could have ever put together.
Vanderbilt, they look like I don't know.
A V?
Just a V.
It's not even a cool V. Like,
it's just a plain...
Their V looks like you would expect them to have a scoreboard held up by a crane.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They do have that.
It's the
that was their whole thing last year.
You can't be mad at them if they're playing to their skill set. You know, they're just doing their thing. You can't be mad about it.
Right. But going to our favorites now, some of the best logos in college football. Let's start from the top and move to the bottom here. I mean, Tulane has really added the personality to their program ever since they've gone with this angry wave. Don't you agree?
I like Tulane's logo.
Yeah, wasn't it like a random T before?
It was like a T with a wave, which I mean still is better than some logos, but you know this just took them to a whole new level.
Yeah, I like the wave better. Just the wave.
Angry wave.
I will
And
say
then
though,
next,
speaking of like teams in near there, um, Troy's logo, it's a T, but it looks like a sword. Like they got creative with that one at least. Like
yeah, right. Like just add some, like market yourself a little bit. Like add some personality to your logo.
Hawaii,
I will
Yeah.
say this
they had
too.
a personality.
The schools that have like block lettering, like Ohio State, USC, Michigan, they usually do something on field that's like brings more attention to that. Like Ohio State has Brutus Buckeye, where he's like constant attention on the field. USC, they have Tommy the Trojan, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
He rides the horse with a sword. So maybe that's their attempt. Yeah, we got a bland logo, but hey, we got a cool mascot though.
Look at Florida State. They have a cool logo and a cool mascot.
That is block letters
Exactly.
too.
No, it's not.
No,
FSU?
it's the Seminole.
Seminole.
Is it a Seminole now? Because it was the FSU on a.
No, it never was that.
That was their secondary logo.
Yeah, that's their like. They use that on like some things, but yeah, that's not their main.
It's the Seminole head since like the dawn of time.
I'm not gonna argue with.
Jacksonville State, we've mentioned them a lot on this show tonight. I mean, look how cool that logo is. Look how pissed off that chicken looks. The game.
Only Justin would get excited about Cox.
And you always have to have that logo also for New Mexico State. You have to have like some random guy with a pistol.
Shout out to Sarah Bunt, finger bang bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, bang bang.
Bang bang. She got mad at me about that this weekend. I don't get it.
Rest in peace
It's
for
been
that
years.
Frisch's.
Yeah. All right, it is gone, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Gone with the Red Lobsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, New Mexico State has such an awesome logo. UTSA, the Roadrunner. I mean, it just pops with the colors they have too.
I'm not a huge fan of it. Put him down. Put him away. Holster your weapons, sir.
I like UTSA. I feel like they could have gone a cooler route with the Roadrunners, though.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen one in real life. They're so cool, little Roadrunners. We were driving through the desert. I can't make it up. You could there was one running along the side of the road where we were driving, and they're not huge. They're like not big.
Yeah,
but they're fast, man.
I've been wanting to see one my whole life, and somehow I've not, despite how many times I've been to the desert.
On the Updog Sports World Tour, we'll go through the desert, and I'll find you a Roadrunner, Justin.
His body was facing this way, and his head was like this.
Yeah, he would always be looking the wrong way for sure. He's like, where? And we'll catch ourselves a jackalope while we're out there.
Yeah.
Let's jackalope.
The official mascot of Updog Sports.
That would make sense. It would be so fitting.
See, this is the page I like here.
Yeah. It's like
So start
the UAB Blazers. Someone needs to try to explain to me like how they went from Blazer to Dragon. Maybe I
just out the mouth, bro.
Yeah, but like
call me Blazer. That's it right there. It came from Dodgeball.
But UAB might have the coolest logo in college football.
Yeah,
right, and then
they nailed it with this logo.
The next one though, NC State though. Let's talk about this. The logo with the wolf, it's dope as hell. It's one of my favorites.
Yes.
But if you look at his chest, the logo on his chest, the block lettering is cool too, the way they did it. So like it's another example of some block lettering that I think is cool.
But you see, you did it like as a secondary, which I mean worked out so much better.
It wasn't always like that though. It wasn't always
Yeah.
like that. For a long time, they were the block lettering.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is an upgrade they did though. Because I
I
remember
like
in
them both. I'm
NCAA
not
14 they used the block lettering. And we weren't as interested in using them because they were using
Is the wolf
block
on the helmet
lettering.
right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, just always a good move. Always a good move.
And he
Yeah,
like
the wolf a lot.
Well, like,
Yeah, they got all white, all red, all black, I think.
They have white helmets.
yeah, I would be NC State in the new game.
I'd play them.
Yeah. Yeah, we did not mention that in that episode, but NC State's definitely a good one to build with.
Move them to the Big 12.
Might as well.
Just put 'em
ACC
in-
is going downhill at this point.
Or the Pac-2 make it the Pac-3.
Two teams have to fly across the country to play one.
It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny.
They need to add like an Alaskan team. They need like the
yeah.
University of Juneau or of Alaska Juneau or something like that.
I don't like Florida's
also
logo.
don't we decided to put it in here because an alligator's a pretty intense mascot, and Florida's the only one that went with that.
I just don't like.
So
let me qualify this for everybody. I don't like Florida University because I'm an Ohio State fan and what had happened in the past.
They're not.
They're really not that bad. They're not really that bad.
They're the University of Florida.
You know what I mean? Come on, stop qualifying. But the logo itself, the gator, I think it's a cool. It's cartoony.
You just wanted them to be like "F you."
That's Fordham. If I wanted that, I'd go to Fordham University.
Furman.
There you go.
Furman University.
There's Fordham too.
Yeah, Fordham.
Yeah, get it right. You guys don't always have to correct me, you know. You can just let things slide.
No, we're not letting anything slide here.
Oh my god.
Monmouth. I do like.
Was that Justin who said that? Monmouth.
Originally,
I did it to annoy a friend of ours, Jack. Anyways, we're live on air. That's an awful.
I'm not saying nothing. I got nothing to say about that.
All right, Matt, what were you saying about Florida?
I do want to see them go with like a full body alligator.
Like the old cartoony
that was their old logo. Yeah.
I want them to bring that back. Yeah.
Yeah, the turtleneck, kind of a puffed out chest.
What if it was like an updated version of it, like maybe the gator looking like the logo now, but he had the whole entire full body, little cartoony.
Still has to have the puffed out chest. This is a very important thing with mascots. East Carolina, the pirate, definitely really cool. They're the only ones that are the pirates.
I think that could be updated too.
Yeah, they can. It was the ETSU had the bucket that was like super cool. They could like do something similar to that,
or even just like their old logo was like a walking pirate, also with a puffed out chest. That one was really cool too.
I mean, damn, just put Johnny Depp on there.
I kind of like the old Pittsburgh Pirates logo. You know what I'm talking about?
Jolly Roger.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can work with their colors too.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe there's a copyright or something. I do really like that Buffalo Bulls. Logo.
Like it looks fierce. They actually kept it pretty simple too. I feel like they nailed a lot of aspects to this logo.
And they kept it modern too. Like
they
didn't try to go retro or like they didn't go like their old logo where it was like multicolored bull. They just went with blue bull face.
Yeah, it's
I can't
simple,
unsee this
but
tiger,
great.
guys. I can't look at it.
Oh my! All right, that might be an off-air discussion. But yeah, LSU. We didn't really want to include them.
Oh shit!
I hate how LSU has been using their letters lately. Like, give us the full body tiger back, like the Bengals.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
90s
the
logo.
leaping tiger. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
right.
like do something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
know.
Wyoming.
It needs an update, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Wyoming. The cowboy. I mean, they use this all around the state as well, which is pretty cool. Definitely
I
one of
love
the
the logo.
coolest
I already
logos in
said it.
sport.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
Wyoming.
They have
We
one of the
mentioned that
best
earlier.
logos in college.
I know they
Yes,
wouldn't
for
compete,
sure.
but I would love to see them in like a power conference. You know,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diss them because I do like
put them in the
Wyoming.
Pac-3.
Yeah, put them in the Pac-3. Put them in the Big Ten for all I care. Put them in the SEC. But I would just love to see them on TV more often.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And
Yeah,
then maybe they
like-
could compete someday. Maybe they become that team and run the table. You know?
Well, it would be interesting to see what some of these teams could do if they got more of the primetime slots that they keep giving to the same teams over and over.
They could get better recruiting and stuff like that.
Right. And I mean, Wyoming did get one primetime CBS game last year against Texas Tech where they beat them. And that game was very awesome.
Thanks,
it was
Josh
a ton
Allen.
of fun to watch. Oh, my.
Also, the last one, New Mexico Lobos, I think they should never touch
Lobos.
this logo.
No,
Leave this
keep
logo.
it.
The only thing I would change, personally for me, I'm getting close so I can see it, is the nose. The nose kind of trips me out. It's like, is that the mouth or is the mouth the mouth? You know what I mean? Is the mouth the mouth?
But I have to give New Mexico credit here. They've had awesome logos all throughout their history. Like they used to have the logo kind of facing to the side. That was really cool. But I mean, they switched to the front facing one and executed it perfectly.
It's more sinister, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't
Like
touch
it's
the logo,
snarling
guys.
at
Leave it
you.
alone. Good job, New
Don't touch
Mexico. It's the best thing you've done. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Logos to bring back.
This is your
Arizona. Arizona. I mean, with the cactus and the mountains in the background, this was an amazing logo back in the day. It'd be really cool if they did. Maybe they need to modernize it a little bit, but it'd be really cool if they brought this one back.
They did
Makes me
use
want
it
to buy a pack of
hardcore.
cigarettes.
They did use it hardcore for like 2 or 3 years recently, and then it just kind of faded off.
I feel like I remember seeing it for like March Madness and stuff back when we were kids. Like it was like they used to make T-shirts for the teams that made it.
Yeah,
right.
To the tournament. I remember
they
the
still
Arizona
do.
one. I don't see them very often. Maybe it's just because we don't have anybody here.
These days the shirts are like this past year was insert team name energy, which got really funny because Longwood made the tournament. So just imagine what that shirt said. But yeah, those are the shirts they did this year. Is insert team name energy. Like they're all basically the same thing now with just the team name on there. But I mean, they still do those tournament shirts.
I remember when I was a kid, my dad would give me the UC when they would make the tournament under hugs. He used to give me the shirts, and I used to love like those shirts. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I trashed them obviously because I was a kid, but it's like one of those things you think of as like, man, if I held on to those now, how cool would it be?
I mean, Justin, you missed an opportunity to add the Bearcat, like the actual 90s Bearcat that they used for basketball. You missed an opportunity to put that on here.
And San Diego
that'll
State,
be a good one
about that too.
That'd be a good one to put on here.
Go Aztecs.
And also, Justin, Texas State says Southwest Texas.
Yes, Texas State used to be Southwest Texas State.
Like UTEP used to be like University of Texas Mining or something.
Texas Western.
Yeah, something like that.
They still do a Texas Western throwback every year.
Justin has a lot of free time in his hand.
Yeah.
His other hand's busy.
The Georgia State logo looks kind of like a Pink Panther on like if it was like a Spider-Man to Venom kind of thing.
It's like Joe Cool, the Camel cigarettes guy. That's nothing. I'm telling you, this page is making me want to buy cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, guys.
Oh,
Killing me.
Only you can buy cigarettes in Arizona.
Yeah, he's like, only cool smoke camels, baby.
But
When I see logos that remind me of Camel cigarettes, I think of Jackie Moon.
Yeah. And Utah State, like, I think we need to start getting away from the name Aggies. Like,
we
Yeah,
have a
this
lot
point,
of Aggies, and they all
it's
mean
used too
different
much.
things.
yeah, and like nobody can like come up with what it actually is. So like the Utah
What does it
State,
mean for Utah State?
like a bison
A bull.
bull.
And then Texas A&M Aggies, what is their logo? A cowboy? What is it?
T with an A and M on it.
Yeah, but no, don't they have a mascot though? So I'm assuming Utah State's mascot's a bull.
They have a dog.
How's that an Aggie? It's because it's an agricultural college, right?
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it.
But I think that's the whole reason they call it Aggies, because it's like Texas agricultural and machinery.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a term
probably
that can refer to agricultural schools or colleges.
Farm nerds.
So that's why Aggies ended up everywhere.
Look at me, I got a new combine. I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes, guys.
All right, wrapping up this list here. Western Michigan. Oh, that's another logo. Their current logo is absolutely terrible. They were the only people that could possibly sit in the room and look at the Washington Commanders logo and goes, that actually looks cool. We'll copy that. When this logo used to be so much cooler.
And then they could have gone like even cooler and could have gone like with the old Denver Broncos logo. The old one.
Yeah, or something, like just not.
I thought for sure Matt was gonna be like a full-bodied horse, like all the other logos.
I don't know if we can fit a whole horse on the logo, guys.
Give me a full horse, damn it. I mean, they could. What if they use the letter
make
W
them the
to make the
fluffers?
horse? You know what I mean? Like they use the W, the shape of the W, to make it a horse.
Ooh,
yeah,
like
look like something our kids drew. We're from Michigan.
Oh my.
And like the zips. So Justin, didn't we look this up and found out what a zip actually was? It's because they're named after, because a zipper was invented in Akron.
Yeah.
And they randomly came up with a kangaroo to be a zip, I guess.
I think Akron needs to lose their accreditation and just disband the university in general because of that. You named your team after some zippers.
And like, why not go with the full body kangaroo?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody,
you have a kangaroo. Why in the world do you not use it for your logo? Like, why would you instead use a generic A?
Why not use a zipper? That would be cooler than Microsoft Word.
Right, exactly. Like, what, screw it. Just go in, use a zipper. You can be even using the zipper to zip up the A, whatever you want to do.
I was getting ready to like unload on Akron, but then I realized that one of my bosses lives in Akron, so I don't want to push those buttons, guys. I'm gonna sit here and be quiet. I'm gonna bite my tongue. Akron's great if you guys are listening.
What I will say though is if AA baseball ever folds, I think Akron needs to take the Akron Rubber Ducks.
That'd be a good one. And by the way, Chad, if they actually root for Akron football, they probably would agree that the current Akron logo sucks. I don't think anybody likes it, but
I don't think they watch sports in general. But I think as far as the city of Akron goes, they probably agree with me that it's a terrible logo.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
I'm not going to badmouth them.
Iowa State.
This is where we disagreed earlier. I like Iowa State's current logo, the block lettering. I know it's plain, but it looks good. And the way they present it and stuff, how it's stacked up like it is, it looks cool. I do like the Cardinal though.
This
Cardinal
logo was
screams,
top 5 all time.
Cardinal screams college of basketball '95 on Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you remember the Cyclones old logo?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool for them as well.
That would.
Instead of having, but they've established the Cardinals their mascot,
which doesn't make sense. Like, why?
Yeah, that they fly.
And Justin, I'm going to disagree with you on the Bowling Green logo. That is cool, but I'd rather them come out with like that squarish Bowling Green Falcon.
The outline Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
It looks like the Postal Service. Looks like the mailman logo.
Kind of.
Wow, you actually brought your phone up. Yeah, that one was good too. I feel like Bowling Green generally has done a pretty good job at their logos.
Wait, I don't know if that actually made it on the recording.
It did.
Oh, did it?
It did.
We could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could see it. But when we actually go to like post this video, whoever makes the last sound or is currently making sound is the one that would be on the video.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I got a logo for you guys. It's a really good one. I just want you guys to see it. Just right there. It's great. My name's Matt, and I'm a leprechaun.
Well,
don't worry, we won't get your Lucky Charms this year.
But like, look at the M behind Justin. Like, do you really think that M is cooler than the Red Hawks old logo?
Well, so the only reason they changed is because it was offensive. I don't think they would have ever changed that logo.
The Hawk head.
No, the Hawk.
Oh,
just the Red Hawk. Yeah.
But even then, I don't think they would have ever changed those. You know, I think both logos, although it was offensive, I think the Red Hawk Native American was really, really cool. Like,
yeah,
they had a different name back then, right? It wasn't the Red Hawks; it was the Red.
It's a name that we're not allowed to say.
Washington's old name.
I can't keep it.
Remember?
Okay.
Same.
Well,
yeah.
But Miami was like way ahead of the time on changing it.
Yeah,
I mean, they changed
it's hard.
it 30
I remember
years
having
before Washington did.
I remember having like college football 03 or 02. Yeah, something. It was maybe it was yours.
Yeah, it was my college football '99 for PS1. I actually still have it somewhere. It might be over there.
Nerds. Yeah, I mean, but like, I wouldn't have changed from the bird. I wouldn't have changed from the falcon or the hawk, red tail.
Right.
That's what it was. It's a red tail hawk, right?
They went with the Red Hawks, but yeah, the logo was a red tail. Is it on the other side?
No, it's not. But they're the Red Hawks.
Yeah, currently they are. Yes.
Yeah, they went from the Washington old name to Red Hawks.
Was it that?
Yes.
Yep.
I feel like we could be able to say we're not saying it derogatory, you know?
I would.
You don't want to risk it. I get it, but
we're not doing it on this podcast.
Yeah, we are trying to get paid for this, and if we do say it, then I feel like moving in that direction would just get it.
But I'm just playing devil's advocate. If we were to say it, we wouldn't be saying it to be derogatory. We'd be using it to describe what the team was called and a factual statement, right? It's not like we're coming out and. Am I wrong?
I do agree with the logic, and I am on board with that train of thought. But I think in today's day and age, no matter if you say it referring to the team, because you could actually just call them Miami. You could actually just call them Washington.
The Miami football team?
Yeah. The football team for Miami.
They should change their names to the Wild Hogs.
Wild hogs.
Wow.
Talk about identity crisis. The Miami Redhawks. First of all, Miami, Ohio, or Miami, Florida. Okay. Second one, Oxford of Ohio or Oxford, UK. Which one is it?
It is kind of. It still is kind of weird that they're Miami because they're not in Miami.
They're
It's
the
the
Ivy
Miami
League School
River,
of the West.
Greater Miami League, River.
Ivy League of Ohio.
I think you could argue there's other schools that would be like that. Worcester.
Worcester.
What's the one in Yellow Springs?
Oberlin?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, on that bombshell of us forgetting all the colleges around us,
There's a
you
lot
guys
of
got
colleges.
anything else? There is a lot of colleges. You guys
barbecue.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite
I
barbecue?
think with barbecue talk.
Do I start?
If you want.
Yes.
No, we're just saying
barb,
not sauce, just barbecue.
No, yeah, just barbecue meats.
Yeah, brisket, hands down my favorite.
You took my answer.
You took mine too.
I'm right.
So
yeah, I mean,
Justin and I, when we went to Dallas, we found a brisket place, and it was supposedly the #1 brisket in Dallas, and it was so good. We put it in a cooler and brought it back.
Yeah, it was amazing.
A really good brisket.
Even when we heated it back up like the next day, it was still just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, even though I had the
nothing
flu
beats
or
a good
COVID
brisket
or whatever, that brisket was still worth it.
So it's not barbecue, but so back in the day, I'm a chef, and back when I was cutting my teeth in the industry,
that explains why you fed Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah, but so I worked at this Italian restaurant with a friend of mine who was my boss, and I look up a bunch of them still, but he made for family meals, something we do in restaurants where we make the staff meal and they all come get it right before service, and it's like a team moment where you guys bond. But he made a brisket one time, and he put like limes and oranges and lemons on top of it. He broke it down. He put anchovy, chili powder, coffee grinds, like all sorts of stuff on it. Hands down, the best brisket. I got goosebumps right now thinking about it. The best brisket
I have
ever
goosebumps. All I had for dinner was a tofu ball from a burrito place that begins with a C.
Whose fault's that? But it's like I've tried to replicate it so many times. So he told me exactly what he did, and I can't get it right. I've tried so many times. It's like I'm at the point where it's like I'm giving up. I'm not trying anymore.
Maybe he didn't tell you a secret ingredient.
Dude, I was with him while he was making it. I was right there watching what he did.
You just didn't have a magic touch he did.
I think also like you could argue anything like smoked wings is great.
Yeah.
I love ribs. That's always a good
out
choice.
Of pocket, give a shout out to Knockback Nats in Cincinnati because of their.
They're pretty good, man. I hear Wild Mike's on the west side. My boss, he talks about them a lot. Wild Mike's on the west side of Cincinnati might be the best in the region. Yeah.
E-dubs.
I remember there's this place another place I used to work. We used to confit wings and duck fat, and I'm not a huge fan of this restaurant anymore. But their wings were really fantastic, and I think I'd probably, if I were to do wings, I'd probably do it that way.
Would you? What style barbecue do you like best? Like
for my wings, or just like for barbecue?
For barbecue
in general.
In general,
do you like Kansas City? Do you like Texas barbecue? Do you like Memphis?
Honestly, it just depends on my mood. Like I like that mustard sauce. That's like the South, right?
Carolina.
The Carolina. I like the mustard sauce a lot. But you can't go wrong with just a traditional barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are like, no, Kansas City's the best, or no, Texas is the best. I mean, I'm more inclined to just eat whatever I'm given.
Yeah,
But
I think we should stop fighting about it and just put it all on the table at once and let's just eat.
at the end of the day, we can all agree that it's delicious barbecue. Like, no one has to
Right.
have the better recipe. Like, you can just say, "Hey, we are barbecue," and that's it. Like,
we have the meats. We're Arby's. You know what else is good?
Yeah.
Good. It's not barbecue, but smoked is salmon.
Yes.
I really
Yeah.
enjoy smoked salmon a lot. My
I
to the
caught
people at
salmon
home.
up in Michigan and we smoked it, and oh my gosh, it was so
Ooh,
good.
fresh caught smoked salmon.
when it's fresh, it's
Ooh.
good. I think you could
Yeah.
even argue like trout. Trout's pretty good too.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Trout.
Mm. So we can't say certain brands and things, but we can shout out people now.
Yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Speaking of, next week Justin will not be joining us. So Chad, we are free to talk about video games or baseball or basketball.
What does
or
Justin dislike talking about the most?
Baseball.
Probably baseball.
Why don't you like baseball, dude?
It's the best sport out there.
Because I didn't really grow up in a baseball city. You know, and then I moved here, and then it's the Reds, and the Reds don't even try to win.
Wait,
And
you
I've
grew
just
up
never
somewhere
been
else?
able to get hooked. Yeah,
Where'd you live?
Findlay, Ohio,
Findlay?
and then Florida,
Where in Florida did you live?
Melbourne.
Dude, you are
So
like you're the perfect Floridian. Just rip those sleeves off, start chugging Mountain Dew, dude. Live on a 4-wheeler. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it
Have an
sounds
American flag. Have a tiny little American flag in your back pocket.
I think he gets a
At
full
all
back
times.
tattoo of the American flag. These colors don't run as they're like running down his back. You know, his ass cheek, he'll have the snake eating its own tail. Don't tread on me.
We're gonna see all that spring break 2045 in Panama City.
2025. We're going next year, baby. We're gonna go to Myrtle Beach, get fucked up in Myrtle Beach. Then we're gonna go down to PCB, baby. We're gonna go to Panama City Beach.
River, it's every 10 years. So I'm talking about 2045 and we're all old and fat.
Why don't we have
No.
spring break at NASCAR races?
Well, because that's where I was going.
That'd
We
be a
could go to
better idea,
Talladega,
actually.
or we could go to Daytona after that.
Okay, so since we're live and Justin can't refute himself for this, I had the opportunity to book a place for his bachelor party across the street from Georgia Tech, which is like an hour and a half from Talladega, and the race was in Talladega that weekend, and then everyone overrode me and wanted to go to Louisville instead.
No, but why'd you want to go to Louisville?
It was close
It was
by and cheap. Actually,
closer
no,
and
it
easier to
wasn't
get to.
cheap. You know what? It was more expensive than the place in Atlanta, and that place was way nicer.
Also, I got a bone to pick now, boys. Justin had a bachelor party and I wasn't invited.
Yeah, that one's on him.
That's some old BS, man. You saw what I did for Matt's bachelor party. I would have torn it up for you.
Justin's still mad that he slipped and fell down the wooden stairs.
Well, you got what you deserve then. You got what you deserve.
He hit his head. He hit his head so
I
hard.
literally warned you. I warned you about those stairs. Be careful.
You literally warned us, and then the first thing it did was fall down those stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably the funniest thing that has ever happened.
I was too busy breaking down the strip steaks, you know, New York strips, and I looked down. Oh, there goes Justin. Well, I warned him. What's that?
Occasionally, my old ass back still hurts from that.
Does it really? I'm sorry to hear that.
No, probably not. It's probably from other things, or from sitting in
Well,
his chair.
Now that we've thoroughly laughed at Justin's pain, that is the show. Follow us next time. Give us a subscribe, a follow on all social medias at Updog Sports Talk. Comment. Tell us how we're doing. If you made it this far, I'm very surprised that you sat here and watched the whole thing. I'm pretty sure that at this point that I'm the only one doing that. I'm sure that Chad, you don't even tune in to watch it after we post it. And Justin, you may watch a little bit of it, but then that's it.
I I turn it on every blue moon. I'll turn one on every blue moon. It's just like my lifestyle. I don't get the opportunity just to stop and listen to things, you know. So for me to listen to our ramblings while I'm at work is hard. So I have to listen to things like Van Halen.
Monday morning quarterback, man. You got to listen to what Justin's saying so you can just rip him apart next episode.
I want liquid lightning running through my veins, man. I need like Metallica at 5 a.m. You know? I've been listening to a lot of the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, and I love it.
We have given way too many shout outs to people, companies, and whatnot that will not sponsor us at all.
And we're going to tag them all.
All right. That is a show. I'll see you guys.
See everyone.